Hey there, Disney fans! Welcome back to Tech and Tales, where we dive deep into the magic behind your favorite Disney classics. Today, we are uncovering the hidden messages in one of the most iconic films of all time, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Trust me, you won't believe the secrets hidden in this timeless tale. Snow White is not just a story about a princess and an evil queen. It is a film packed with symbolism and themes that continue to resonate with audiences today. From love and resilience to the dangers of envy, this movie has layers you might have missed as a kid. Snow White faces unimaginable cruelty from the queen, yet she never loses her kindness or hope. She finds strength in solitude, building a new life with the dwarfs. Her ability to stay positive, even in the face of adversity, teaches us the power of resilience. Now, let's talk about the queen. Her obsession with being the fairest of them all drives her to madness. But here's the thing, her envy is not just about Snow White's beauty. It is a reflection of her own insecurities and fear of aging. The Queen's downfall shows us the dangers of letting envy control your life. It's a reminder that comparing yourself to others can lead to self-destruction. Snow White's self-worth is not tied to the Queen's approval or even the prince's love. She embraces who she is, finding joy in the simple things, and celebrating her individuality. In a world that is constantly telling us to change, Snow White's message of self-love is more important than ever. She reminds us that true beauty comes from within. And of course, there is the power of true love. The prince's kiss does not just break the spell, it symbolizes love's ability to conquer evil. But it's not just romantic love. The love of the dwarfs and the animals also plays a huge role in Snow White's story. True love, in all its forms, has the power to transform lives. It's a message that's as relevant today as it was in 1937. There you have it, the hidden messages in Snow White that make this classic even more magical. What do you think? Did you catch these themes when you first watched the movie? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a dose of Disney magic. Until next time, keep believing in happily ever after.